Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to share with you a tutorial using the two palettes, and that is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette and the I Heart Makeup Chocolate and Peaches palette. I'm really going for a peachy look today. I've got a peachy coloured lipstick on and it is the NYX Matte Lip Cream in Stockholm. So I'm looking for a really fresh-faced peach look, and I thought it would be really interesting to use these two palettes. So I've done a comparison review showing these two palettes, and I thought it would be really interesting to actually use them as in a tutorial, one palette on each eye, to actually show the similarities if you are still thinking which one should I go for. So I'm going to use obviously the I Heart Makeup on one eye, and it looks like this. If you haven't seen it, it's the regular packaging chocolate bar, but in this case it's that gorgeous peach shade. You've got a mirror inside, which is the whole size of the lid. You have got all of the names of the shades on there, and obviously I'll be using that. And then of course you've got all of those gorgeous shades there. And then we have the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette, which has just been brought out again. This one for UK viewers is now available in Debenhams, definitely on the Debenhams website, because I have seen that. And inside you've got a mirror again, and then you've got all of the shades. So I love both of them. You know, this isn't a palette to say, you know, go for the Too Faced or the I Heart Makeup. It is just for information purposes, to say, you know, if you're on a budget or you don't want to spend too much money. Sorry, something's come up on my phone. So if you don't want to spend too much money, then obviously you can go for, you know, the I Heart Makeup. Or of course, if you're a collector like I am, you can go for the Too Faced. So it is just for information purposes. I love both brands. You know, I'm not saying, you know, I like one over the other. I love most makeup brands, to be honest, and I absolutely love I Heart Makeup. I love Too Faced. So what I'm going to do is put I Heart Makeup on the left eye and Too Faced on the right eye. So let me just place those so I don't get confused. Okay, so they do look very similar in shades. The only difference is that there are a couple of shades that are missing from each palette, because as with the all makeup or I Heart Makeup, you have, you know, the larger, where is it? This one here and this one here. They're larger, whereas in this one it is smaller. So you've got a couple of extra shades. But, you know, the main shades within each of these palettes are going to be very similar. If you want to obviously look at my swatch video, do have a look at that, and that will actually show you, you know, all of those shades side by side. But I wanted to do a tutorial today to actually see if they wear the same or look the same, you know, once applied. So I'm going to pin my hair back as usual, just to get that out of the way. There we go. And I'm going to start with let me just put, so I've got a brush for each palette. So I've got my trusty Primark brush, £1 from Primark. It is this lovely tapered eyeshadow brush. It works perfectly for me on the eyes, and I've got 2 of those today. And then I'm going to start with the Sweet Peach, so the Too Faced Sweet Peach. And what I want to do is a fresh-faced look using, you know, peach look. That's what I'm going for today. And I think, let me just have a look. So I want a lovely shade in the crease. So I think I'm going to go for, because I want a deeper shade in the crease, but then I want that gorgeous peach shade on the lid. So I think I'm going to go for, let me just see which one, because I want to make sure that they've got the shade that I'm going for. I'm going to go for a lighter shade first of all, and I'm going to go for the shade Georgia, which is this one here. So I'm going to put that in the crease. It's a lovely dusky pink shade. Oh yeah, I've got my mirror here. Looking in the wrong place. So I'm going to be looking over here to actually put that shade on. So I'm just going to do that now with the first shade. So this probably won't show up too much actually. Let me just move that. I need the mirror over here. Just going to pop a little bit more on. It's not too bad actually. I don't think I have swatched the Sweet Peach palette, but I have never actually worn it, I don't believe. So there's the first shade, Georgia, popped on, and with the I Heart Makeup, you've got the shade Lush, which is one of my favourites in this palette. It's near enough exactly the same, or it looks exactly the same in the pan, but it's over here this time, so it's called Lush. So I'll just pop that on the left eye. So I've laid down the first shade, and that will give me a base. I always like to pop a light shade on, or a lighter shade on, although yes, I have put my base on using my foundation, and that is the L'Oreal matte foundation that I always use. I love that. And so far so good. So I want to deepen up that crease, obviously. So to do that, I'm going to go for quite a warm tone, and I'm going for Summer Yum. So Summer Yum is down here. It's quite a red toned brown, but that's what I like to wear. So again, I'm just going to pop that on the tip of the brush so I can work that into the crease. So just popping that into the crease now. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous shade. And I'm just going to blend that out into the outer corner as well, and then up above the crease. So we started in the crease, and we've taken it out, and then we're going up. So that's that one, so Summer Yum. And then on the other side, using the I Heart Makeup, it is called Luscious, and it's the shade here. So that's Luscious. So I'll just pop that on the other eye, again using a different Primark brush, but again just popping that on the tip of the brush, and then I'm just going to pop that into the crease exactly like the other one. So take that out and up. So I'm just going to add a little bit more of that to this eye. They're both very, very blendable. They're both working really, really well. You know, I'm not having any problems with either of the shades so far. So, and they look very, very similar so far. So that is, this one obviously is I Heart Makeup. This eye is the Too Faced Sweet Peach. Now I want to take it under the eye, and I'm going to use Summer Yum. So Summer Yum again, and I'm going to take that under the eye. I don't want this eye look to be too dark or too heavy, and the reason is because it's a daytime look. So I'm just going to add it to under the eye. And then obviously connect it there. So blend that out a little bit. That's really pretty. And then I have, and that brush I used there was the Wilko brush, 95p from Wilko. And then on this side, I'm going to use a completely different brush. And this one is the Tarte brush that came free with my Tartelette palette from QVC. So I'm just going to add the same, or the same shade that I used on this side, and it is Luscious again. So it's that red toned brown. So I'm just going to add that to under the eye. And I'm using the back of my hand as a bit of a palette, because what I don't want to do is add too much. So I always just brush off some of the product on the back of my hand if I feel that it's going, there's too much, because what I don't want is to overload the under eye. As I say in most of my tutorials, I'd rather put less on and build it up and, do it that way, rather than putting too much on. It's more difficult to actually take it off. I'm just going to put a little bit more of Summer Yum on this eye. That's really pretty. And just add a little bit more of Luscious on the other eye. Now, I'm using this side of the brush, the flat end, and I'm just going to use this end to blend this eye out a little bit more. So there we have, so far we've got the crease shade in on, and we've got also done the under eye, and I always like to do it that way so that then I can see what I need to do on the lid. So I'm looking at the palette again. Usually when I do these tutorials, I have a general idea. Obviously I want a peachy fresh look, but I never have too much of an idea of what colours I'm going to use, because I like it to be, as I'm filming it. So I think I'm going to have to go for, let me have a look. I really like the shade Puree in the Too Faced Sweet Peach, but unfortunately in the I Heart Makeup there isn't one. So I think I'm going to go for Just Peachy. So Just Peachy is this one here in the Too Faced Sweet Peach. It looks really, really pretty. It's a gorgeous, it looks quite duochromy. It's got that double layer to it. It looks in one light like a gold, and then in another it's true peach. So I'm just going to pop that on this eye, and I'm just going to put some more on. It is such a gorgeous shade, absolutely love that. So that is, I'm just going to make sure I've got it all over. That is absolutely gorgeous. And then on the other side, the shade is called Soft. And it's this shade here in the I Heart Makeup. So I'm just going to pop on Soft. Doing that with a different finger to make sure I don't transfer any product at all. I always put the lid shade on with my finger. I just find it gives a better look, and the product is a little bit more intense. I find when you pop it on with a brush, it really does lose some of its intensity. So this shade is called Soft. So I'm just adding that. Again, very, very pretty. Again, I'm just doing less and building that up. That looks really, really pretty. Now, what I think I need is a little bit of a deeper shade in the crease, just a little bit, just because it's looking it's looking really good. It's exactly what I want, but I just want a deeper shade. So for that, I'm going to, let me just see what we've got in here. I think I'm going to go for, this is something really, really totally different for me. I was going to go for Peach Pit. Let me just see what that colour. Yeah, that might look good. Actually, no, I'm going to go for Charmed, I'm Sure. That will be better, and it's matte. So Charmed, I'm Sure is this one here. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that into the crease. So I'm just adding that to the crease and then just taking that out to the corner and then just blending that out. That's better because it's giving it a little bit of depth to that corner. Don't want it to be overly warm and peachy because you do need that depth as well. So in this palette, the I Heart Makeup, it is called Keen. That's right, Keen. And it is the shade, they've moved it around a little bit in this palette, but it's at the bottom near the brush, and that one is called Keen. So I'm just going to add a little bit of that to the corner, or the crease and the corner. Just blend that all in. So that's definitely nice. Just that's worked really well just to blend that all in very, very nicely. And then the last thing that I'm going to do is add the mascara. Now mascara always brings the look together. And again, I'm using, as always, the Sleek Full Fat. This is my favourite mascara. I really love it for the brush and the consistency. It works really, really well. Coats every lash. That's not a good look. It's just put, that's better. So that's one eye done, and then just add the other eye. And take my hair out. So there you have it, the peach look that I wanted to go for today, and using these two palettes. So I've used the I Heart Makeup Chocolate Peaches and then the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette to create this look. And yeah, I think it looks really, really good. Obviously, it's now down to you to make your decision whether you want to go for the Too Faced or the I Heart Makeup palettes, if you're obviously in the market for a peach palette. Obviously we're going to be moving into spring really soon, so it's going to be really, really good, you know, to use these type of palettes. I absolutely love the look that it's created. Very peachy, really nice, really wearable, and yeah, absolutely love it. So I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. Obviously thumbs up, and subscribe to watch more videos and tutorials. Thank you very much. Bye.